The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of Lexington Community Radio or its board of directors. The views expressed are solely those of the programmers.
You are listening to Off the Cuff. Now, here's your host, Adam Banks.
Welcome, everybody, to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks coming at you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for tuning in to WLXU 93.9 FM. In addition to listening to us on the radio, you can check out our Facebook live stream at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, or you can download the Radio Lex app on your smartphone device to listen to us anywhere in the entire world. Amber Turner and I are both broadcasting from the Deborah Hensley Studios here at Radio Lex on North Limestone. It is March the 16th, 2023. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a big broadcast for Off the Cuff, because this very episode right here is the 200th radio broadcast of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. Amber, it feels good to have done this 200 times.
Does it really feel like we've been here 200 times, though?
It doesn't. 200 radio broadcasts might not seem like a lot, but I challenge anybody to try to go out and do that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's hard. Yes, we have a higher episode count, but 200 radio broadcasts is something I think to be proud of.
Absolutely.
200 radio broadcasts, that means if you want to look at the average amount of topics that we've talked about on this show, I would say it has to be close to 1,000.
Oh, I would say if not more.
What do we have, 4 or 5 topics per episode on average?
We at least have 5 on average for every episode.
So it's around 1,000 topics that's come out of this brain. The Off the Cuff with Adam Banks radio show premiered on April the 18th, 2019. We've had a lot of great moments just from the past 100 episodes. Amber, we've already celebrated, because I feel like we do this every 100 episodes.
We do.
We celebrate the radio broadcast. Just looking at the last 100,
we've
had a lot of things happen just in the last 100 episodes. Out of all the 200 radio broadcasts that we've had, but let's really talk about the last 100. What's been your favorite of the last 100 we've done?
Okay, let's see. First and foremost is going to be Night at the Opera, Night at the Soap Opera.
Yes.
Sticky Fingers, when we talked about kleptomaniacs. What's Your Last Name? Or Call Me by My Last Name. Let's see, what's one more? No. What's Your Emergency? Was that what it was called for the 911 calls?
Yes.
There we go.
Not only did you get the episode titles correct.
Yeah.
Good job, by the way.
Well, I figured that you was going to test me.
I think that you passed, but you gave some bangers just now.
Yes.
So, folks, any episode that Amber just told you to go check out, go do that. Call Me by Your Last Name. What's Your Emergency? I have to agree with you. Sticky Fingers. A lot of Night at the Soap Opera.
Yes.
A lot of great episodes.
Oh, cartoonish. That was the cartoon. What was the jingle one?
Well, where we talked about cartoon jingles.
Yes.
We talked about, I think it was called Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
Where we talked about jingles. We talked about the best original movie songs throughout time.
Yes.
We've talked about black boxes. Haunting black box recordings.
I wasn't prepared for that day.
From planes that have crashed just in the past. So a lot. We've talked about infomercials.
We have.
On this show. Yes, that 911 show.
That one shook me.
The one where we played haunting 911 calls. That was scary.
Very.
That was scary.
That one stuck with me for a little bit.
But not only have we had some bangers as episodes, we've had a lot of great guests on the show.
Oh, yes.
Just over the last 100 radio broadcasts.
Absolutely.
We've had ABC 36 news anchor Erica Bivens on the show.
Of course, I really wanted to anchor. That was my dream goal from when I was like a kid. I've always loved, sort of the hosting and anchoring aspect of news.
Where did that come from? Like you wanting to do that?
So I have this story. When I was like a kid, my mom said I used to like run around and pretend I was Oprah. I don't know what, like I loved Oprah. And on the same note, I loved Barbara Walters. Mm-hmm. So, and you can see the two extremes. Talk show host, but also sitting down in-depth interviews and then the serious news. So I kind of loved it all. but I was such a kid and I just had no idea, like, how do I get there?
Such a great guest.
Oh my goodness.
To
Great
have.
person all around.
Great person all around, and that episode has brought a lot of traction
As it should. She's amazing.
to the show. Do you remember the radio broadcast where we had the rap group come in and rap for us?
You know I do.
That was Benyo. Well, just in the last 100 radio broadcasts that we've had, in the total of the 200, we had another rapper come on.
We did.
And rap for us, Mirage.
Yes.
He came on I think, back in February of 2022. How chaotic was that day?
I think that was our Valentine's Day show, if I remember correctly. Oh, my gosh.
It was.
Great band. Great. I mean, Mirage was great because he had a band with him. Getting things set up for that, like, I feel like I can do anything now.
Yes.
I plugged up amps and
There was a live band in here.
just playing us out.
Yes, and he freestyled.
It's 3 mathematics, 2 against the 1 that's automatic. Shouldn't be asleep up on the mattress, bigger than the seams of freaking catfish. See that I'm a beast and a savage, need to get to practice. You can get to the back of the back end of the wagon where the bags is. Never had to keep up with the fastest. You molasses to the masses, and imagine in a passer and a passage, and I'm passing all the passes with the passion. Wear your glasses, need the classes for the classes, and I'm clashing with the passes. Know the backing up, know that you backing up with the Gaga, yeah, that's how we back it up, yeah. 93.9, off the cuff, yo. We off the cuff, yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff,
Yes.
Yes, that is the stuff.
That was the stuff. And it was great because that little instrumental you heard in the background
Yes.
was live instruments.
Oh, and those two guys were cool. Like,
Yes.
they were literally just cool.
Yes. They were just cool dudes. Vibing.
Just happy to play, which was something that we really couldn't get people to do.
It's hard, right?
Yes.
It's hard to find artists to come and sit down in the studio and actually play live, sing live. But Mirage came in, no problem, and did it. His band
Did
came
both.
in. Had no problem doing it. It was awesome. We've had a lot of great guests over the last 200 episodes. We've already talked about the first 100. That's why I'm wanting to talk about the second set of 100 episodes. But yes, Erica Bivens, Mirage, Chad Mears, the country music artist, my first cousin, Cody Cottle.
Yeah.
Who was a part of the band Portrait of Portrayal. It was a heavy metal band.
Yep.
The only family member besides my little brother Elijah to be on the show. Jacob Roberts, the goalie for the Kentucky Stags.
They still ain't tried to recruit me.
Max Duffy, the former UK punter, was on the show and host of Pin It Deep podcast. Brandon Arve, the host of the Lexington Business Show, was on the show. Anna Aki, who was a therapist.
Yes.
And she came on the show and gave some great advice. She talked about holiday depression.
She did.
And then we had our most recent guest, Dr. Melissa Carver, on the show. And she was just on the show 2 weeks ago. So we've got our guest count up.
Oh, yeah, we have.
And we've just added to the plethora of guests that have been on the show. Well, Amber, since it is the 200th radio broadcast, it's time for reflection.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we should jump back into the time machine.
Okay.
And go back to radio broadcast number 1.
Hey, take us back.
Let's go to radio broadcast number 1 of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. And I want to take you to a specific moment of the show where we had our first ever radio caller.
Okay.
The first person to ever call into the radio show was Grant Moore. Let's take a listen to it. You are on the air with Adam Banks, Off the Cuff.
Hi, Adam. This is Grant Moore. How are you?
Grant, a big fan of the show. Grant, do you realize that you are the first official live caller of Off the Cuff?
Oh, man, I'm so nervous.
How you doing, man? How do we sound? Do we sound good?
Oh, sound great. Sound great. Except for when you cut Amber off a second ago.
You know, man, he's been doing that for years, though. Nothing new.
Hey, well, you can't cut now. You can't cut.
Exactly. There's no cutting.
Yeah. So it's basically everything that we say in one take is going across the air. Now, Grant, did you call a while ago and didn't get through? Was that you?
That was not me. I was honestly, I heard you pick up the phone on that one, and I said, "Oh man, I just missed a huge opportunity to be the first caller ever."
Yeah, well, somebody called a while ago, and I have no idea who it was. But I'm glad that you're liking the show so far. We're about ready to. So I thought that was amazing just to have Grant on the. He called in on the very first episode, but. This being the 200th radio broadcast, I have a treat for the audience because, ladies and gentlemen, now joining me on the phone is none other than the first radio broadcast caller we ever had, Grant Moore. Grant, are you there?
Yeah, what kind of pizza specials y'all got going on?
2 for 1.
Hey, Grant, 200 episodes later, is it hard to believe?
It is. It's really hard to fathom. It seems like so much has happened in nearly 200 weeks of this. I mean, I can't even imagine where my life was when I first called in.
I think I can remember that. So we debuted the show in April of 2019. That was before you met the love of your life. That was before, obviously, you had anything as far as your child, your house. So your whole life has changed. So I think that once we got on the air, things just started to look up in your direction. And
that was it. You're my good luck charm.
I think so. I think that the entertainment we gave you just put you in such a good mood. It just put you in the right direction to meet your wife. But Grant, since the last time we spoke here on Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, you have been married. So how's that going?
That's, amazing. I couldn't ask for anything more. I never been happier.
Yes, and you have a little girl. What's her name?
Penelope, or Penny, we call her.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm surprised that you didn't say you should know her name.
Oh, well, I just thought you wanted me to tell your listeners what her name was.
No, I actually did. So, Grant, do you have a favorite radio broadcast just from the last 200 that we've had?
Oh, they're all so good.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I mean, that's obviously the generic answer, but I love when Nelly calls in. Those are my favorite.
Why do you like those episodes so much?
Oh, you just don't get more real than Nelly.
It sounds a lot like you're calling in from the first radio broadcast. Are you just trying to get under Ambu's skin?
You can't, though.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I love Amber. She's a great co-host.
Calling me out on the live air.
No.
I got your number now. I got your number.
No. Nelly's always really funny, and but I do like I have liked all the shows, all 200 of them.
Well, I appreciate that. Grant, when are you going to go from a caller to an actual in-person guest in the studio? I mean, it's been 4 years. I think it's time.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, I just haven't, I guess, well, I don't think I've gotten the invite from you. So that really puts a damper on things.
Well, you're getting it now. And Grant,
all right,
whether you like it or not, you are a part of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks history. You are the first radio broadcast caller, and now you had your anniversary today, and you're a part of the 200th episode. Thank you so much for calling in, buddy, and I hope that you continue to listen.
Yes, sir. Proud of you guys.
All right.
Good one.
All right, Grant. Have a great one. One day I'll get better at hanging up the phone live on the air. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was Grant and picking on Amber a little bit.
I don't even care, buddy. I rescind your invitation. You ain't sitting beside me with your bad attitude. No.
Oh, my gosh. I just wonder if he really did enjoy the Nelly episodes.
The one?
But anyway, it was great to hear from Grant again, and whether he likes it or not, he is a part of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks history. But it is the 200th radio broadcast. It is a celebratory episode. We still have lots more Off the Cuff to celebrate, so stick with us. We will be right back. Everybody to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Amber is also in studio with me. Wade says on the show thread, congratulations to both of you. Not surprised.
Thank you, Wade, for remembering me. I appreciate it.
Wade is a dedicated listener. He's tuned in to, I think, all 200 radio broadcasts, and if he misses, he lets me know.
We usually know when he misses, though.
Yes, but I can't think of a time where he's missed a full episode. So we appreciate you, Wade. Amber, the 95th Academy Awards was this past Sunday. Did you get a chance to check it out?
I mean, you know I have.
The Oscars, better known as, is a lot cooler than saying the Academy Awards. But the Oscars, ladies and gentlemen, was last Sunday. There was no slaps heard around the world.
No.
But it was hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. This is his third time hosting. Jimmy Kimmel, it seems to be the easy choice because he works for ABC. He's a late night show host. It seems like that those are the guys they tend to get to host.
And isn't this like his second or third time doing it?
Yes, third time.
Okay.
But I watched the Oscars and I said, let's check it out. Let's see how it is. Over the past couple of years, they've been kind of boring, but I liked this one.
Yeah.
I thought this one was really good. I have to shout out my girl, Lady Gaga.
There you go.
Who is the greatest musical artist in our time.
Yes.
The greatest living right now. And I said last week on the show, I said that everybody who was nominated for Best Original Song showed up to the Oscars.
Yep.
And everybody was set to perform except Lady Gaga.
She hadn't confirmed.
She hadn't confirmed. So, and even when it got to the show, I still hadn't heard anything about her performing or anything. And then all of a sudden I'm watching it and it pans over to her and she's sitting there with no makeup on, a t-shirt, ripped jeans, and she says a little speech. She says, I'm going to sing the song that I was nominated for tonight, Hold My Hand, which is a song she wrote with her friend Blood Pop. She wrote it for the movie Top Gun. She said that the song was really personal to her.
Yeah.
And she came out and, you know, she's an artist and she had no makeup on.
No, don't need it.
And when a person doesn't have makeup on, you really see everything. You see every imperfection. And she just, I think, wanted people to hear the raw vocals.
Absolutely.
That she sang. And I just thought it was so powerful. She came out. She didn't have to have the smoke and the glamour and the glitz and the sparkles like Rhianna.
Nah, leave her alone.
Like Rhianna had to. And it cracks me up because Rhianna had all this smoke and glimmer and glee. But Lady Gaga, who performed before Rihanna, so she didn't really know what Rihanna's performance would look like, she didn't come out with any of that.
No.
Just t-shirt, jeans, sit on a stool.
Yeah, sitting on a stool.
And sang the song with perfection.
So cry tonight, but don't you let go of my hand. You can cry every last tear. I won't leave till I understand.
Now keep in mind, folks, that's live in front of the world. That is live.
Promise me, just hold my hand.
There we go, folks. And then we have Rihanna, who everybody was like, well, the main event's Rihanna. They let Lady Gaga go first because the main event is Rihanna. Rihanna still has to sing. And, of course, what is to be expected with a Rihanna performance? A lot of glimmer, a lot of glitter, a lot of smoke, a lot of lights, a lot of flashing lights. And that's exactly what Rihanna went out there and did. And it still was not as good and it still was not as powerful as Lady Gaga. Here is a clip of the Rihanna performance. Take a listen. What is she doing?
Did you cycle that?
Yeah, let's play it one more time. One more time. Call me, hold me.
Wait, I thought you were saying call me.
Hold me.
Oh, not call me.
Hold me.
Okay.
So that was Rihanna's performance. She had the violins.
Orchestra.
She had an orchestra. She had on big, long black leather gloves. She had on the dress, and her introduction when they introduced her was like the one and only Rhianna. So you have that, and then, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Lady Gaga.
Hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand. I'll be right here, hold my hand.
So anybody who wants to say that she's not the best musical artist in the game, you're wrong. She is. You should aspire to be like her if you are in the music industry. You know, a lot of people want to be in the music industry and just have a little karaoke performance. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Where's the raw vocals at?
What karaoke parties are you going to where they sing Amazing Grace?
I was just trying to think of a good example of a song. Amazing Grace probably not the best karaoke example.
That's definitely not the best one.
But all of the performers who were nominated for Best Original Song did show up and perform. Neither Lady Gaga nor Rhianna won the song or won the Oscar for Best Original Song.
Yeah.
It went to the people. RRR is what their names are.
RRR.
RRR.
R.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
They also won a Golden Globe.
Okay.
So they transferred over to the Oscars.
Wait, what movie is that from?
Lost on that one. Speaking of the major awards there for the Oscars, you have Best Picture going to the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It took home a whopping 11, 12 Oscars that night.
Yes.
A huge night for that movie. I'm going to have to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the morbid curiosity of it. Actor in a supporting role went to Kei Hyun from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah.
The original song was from RRR, and the movie was Natu Natu.
Okay.
Or no, that was the name of the song.
Natu Natu.
Natu Natu by RRR.
Okay.
I don't know what.
I would not be able to say that 3 times fast.
Actress in a leading role went to Michelle Yeoh from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The director was Daniel Scheinert and Daniel Kwan from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The original score was All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh.
I like that. I like a good score.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what that sounds like. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the actress in the Best Supporting Actress Award was an upset. It went to the one and only Jamie Lee Curtis.
Is that an upset?
Yes, because a lot of people thought Angela Bassett was going to be the winner for that because she took home the Golden Globe. Jamie Lee Curtis was on nobody's radar. She was in nobody's bracket pool for the Oscars.
Yeah.
She was not on anybody's list as a winner. She was just happy to be there. And when they called her name, she was full of joy.
Oh, and her speech alone was one that I'm glad we got to hear. So I'm glad she won just for her speech.
Yes, because she thanked all of her fans for watching her movie. She thanked the horror fans.
She thanked everyone.
Because, she's got a cult following because of her role in Halloween.
Absolutely. I think they mentioned it too.
And people that love Halloween love Jamie Lee Curtis in everything she's in just because of that. And she recognized that and she thanked everybody for watching her movies.
Oh, and when she thanked her parents, though.
Her mom was the woman in Psycho.
Yep, Janet Leigh.
Who got stabbed, Janet Leigh. Her father was also an actor, both nominated for Oscars but never won. And I loved at the end, she just cried and said, I just won an Oscar.
I just won us an Oscar.
It was very, very humanizing.
It was.
And it was great. And then another upset, ladies and gentlemen, that I could not be more proud of. Brendan Fraser.
Yes!
Won Best Actor for The Whale.
Yes.
He upset Austin Butler, who everybody thought would win for his portrayal of Elvis. Still a great performance, but Brendan Fraser, I was so happy to see him get that Oscar.
I was just happy to see him back. Like, see him, and he's here. He's back again.
Yes, he's finally back. Where did he go?
I think he just took time to himself. I think he finally realized that people aren't as nice as what we think they are, and Hollywood ain't as grand. And he took a step back.
So, yes, and there was something that happened to him.
I think there was a sexual allegation that was made, I'll say allegation, from the foreign film press. Is that who's over the Golden Globes?
Yes.
I think there was an issue with old president.
He made an allegation against them?
Yes, against the old president.
Yeah, well, he's back.
Yes.
He came back with his comeback movie, The Well, which is a great movie. He did a great performance. I did not think he'd win for that performance, but what do I know?
Hey.
He still won, and I was so happy to see it. And I just think it was a good Oscars. Jamie Lee Curtis winning her first Oscar. Brandon Fraser winning his first Oscar.
Yes.
Lady Gaga just popping up out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, and you're missing the biggest irony out of everything. So our best male supporting our best male supporting Oscar, I think it went to Key, and then Brandon Fraser got best male. Both of them were in Encino Man with Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
And I think when the Oscars aired, it had literally been like 21 years since that was the opening day of Encino Man. And both of them were standing up there getting Oscars.
Oh my gosh. And they made a little joke about Pauly Shore.
About our man Pauly Shore.
So Jimmy Kimmel, he did host the Oscars. One day I will host the Oscars.
Yes, absolutely.
I was disappointed that they didn't ask me to host this year.
Next year.
They must have lost my number.
Well, I think they were just giving us time to get you a nice suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be ready next year. Amber, there have been more than 60 different people and one cartoon that hosted the Oscars. In the early years of the Oscars, before TV broadcast changed the game, hosting duties often fell on the Academy president.
Ooh.
But Bob Hope started hosting the Oscars in 1940, and then it became the norm for celebrities to MC the event.
Yeah.
The Oscars found out that more people were into celebrities MCing the event. Bob Hope has hosted a total of 19 times, 14 solo, 5 with others. Billy Crystal hosted 9 times solo. Johnny Carson, the former host of The Tonight Show, hosted the Oscar 5 times. Whoopi Goldberg hosted solo for 4 times. Jack Lemmon hosted the Oscars 4 times, 2 solo, 2 with others. Jimmy Kimmel, 3 times solo. Steve Martin, 3 times, 2 solo, 1 with another person. Jerry Lewis, 3 times, 2 solo, 1 with another. And David Nevine, 3 times, all with other people. Now, there's been other people host 1 or 2, but those are the people that have hosted 3 or more.
Now, who was hosting when we went to the Oscar stage?
When we went to the Oscar stage, the last person to host when we stepped upon the stage was Ellen DeGeneres.
That's what I was thinking.
But the Oscars was just a couple of months after we went on that stage, and it was Jon Stewart. What's the guy that used to host The Daily Show?
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
Okay.
He is the guy who went to host the Oscars. But yes, big times, big moments at the Oscars, and I can't wait to host it.
Oh, we'll be there next year.
But ladies and gentlemen, stick with us. We still have lots more Off the Cuff with Adam Banks coming at you live on this 200th radio broadcast, so stick with us. We will be right back.
You know it's hard out here for a bill. When he tryna get this money for the real. For the Cadillacs and gas money spent. Cause a whole lot of jumping shit.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Amber is also in studio with me. It's hard out here for a pimp. Won the Oscar for Best Original Song in 2005. A lot of people were shocked by this rap song winning the Oscars because it's not every day that the Oscars recognize rap music. So when this song took the Oscar for Best Original Song in 2005, people were shocked.
Yes.
The only other rap song I can think that won an Oscar was Eminem's Lose Yourself.
I mean, but that's not really, is that a rap? I mean, I know he's a rapper, but I don't know if that one was.
Yes, that's a rap.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's talking about his mommy Skady. The
The Oscars, I really do think they redeemed themselves this year. I think that The only exciting thing about last year's Oscars was the slap heard around the world.
Oh, yeah.
There was a few Will Smith jokes, but they didn't need them. I think that the Oscars did just fine without it, which makes me happy to know that the Oscars isn't completely dead. The Oscars has been around for a long time. The first ceremony debuted in 1929.
Wow.
And it's the oldest of the 4 annual American Entertainment Awards.
Oh.
Amber, would you like some interesting and fascinating facts about the Oscars?
You know I love facts.
So the name of the trophy is actually the Academy Award of Merit, but they call it the Oscar. No one really knows why.
Well, I mean, I like it, so.
The youngest Oscar winner ever was Tatum O'Neal, who won Best Supporting Actress for Paper Moon. In 1973, she was just 10 years old. Mm-hmm. What were you doing at 10?
You already know what I was doing at 10. Hanging out with you.
Yeah, or playing in the grass with cars.
Puking in the hallways.
Yeah. The oldest Oscar winner to date was Anthony Hopkins. He won Best Actor for a leading role for The Father in 2020 at 83 years old.
Wow, he's that old?
He is, and I remember watching the Oscars that year. He didn't even show up.
Oh, well.
Well, that was during COVID.
I guess when you're Anthony Hopkins, you don't have to.
And you're 83.
Yeah.
People didn't know if you could die going out in public during that time. The first Academy Awards was presented in 1929 at a private dinner with about 270 guests. It was first televised, though, in 1953. And the ceremony is now seen by more than 200 countries.
Wow.
Peter Finch and Heath Ledger are the only actors to be awarded an Oscar after their deaths. Mm-hmm. Meryl Streep has been nominated for a record 21 Academy Awards.
Wow.
Winning 3 Best Actress Oscars. Her most recent win was for The Iron Lady in 2011. Some people go their entire career and never get nominated. She's been nominated 21 times.
And people will still say she's not a good actress.
I
disagree.
You really don't know what you're talking about, because even if you do go and watch these performances, they're so daggone good.
I know.
Even if you don't like it, even if you don't want to like her because she is so hyped and she is so talked about, she lives up to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she's hyped and talked about.
Jack Nicholson is the most nominated male actor, having received 12 Oscar nominations. Again, somebody who lives up to the hype.
Absolutely.
Yes, Katharine Hepburn has won a record of 4 Oscars, all for Best Actress.
Wow.
Yes, Ben-Hur, Titanic, and The Lord of the Rings are the most successful films in Oscar history. They have each won 11 Oscars.
Well, now we've got another one to add to that.
Yes, but I don't know if it was 11 Oscars or not.
Yeah.
I totally just was guessing around that time for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh.
Might have been like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
But it was a lot.
Well, close enough.
In 1940, the LA Times broke the Academy's embargo and published the names of all Oscar winners prior to the ceremony. After this, the Academy introduced the sealed envelope tradition that is still practiced to this day.
Talk about how mad you would be that day at work.
Yes. And imagine already knowing the winners. If you didn't win, you're not going to show up.
No.
Walt Disney has the most Oscar wins of all time, and all he has won 22 competitive Oscars and 3 honorary ones out of a total of 59 nominations. He was nominated for 1 Oscar every year between 1942 and 1963.
Oh, my gosh.
Oscars winners, they don't really own their statues. Up on being presented with the trophy, winners must sign an agreement stating that if they ever wish to sell their statue, they have to sell it to the Academy for $1. If they refuse, they cannot keep their trophy.
Who would want to sell an Oscar?
A lot of people, when they get on hard times, they will sell things like that. People that get on drugs.
Yeah.
If a former Oscar winner got on drugs can be so bad, addiction can be so bad, they will sell their Oscar.
Could you imagine, like, somebody coming up to you, hey, you want to buy my Oscar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
After the 2002 ceremony, where the show ran for an astounding 4 hours and 23 minutes, the Academy enacted the 45-second rule, and speeches are no longer, they have to be very shortened down.
Oh, yeah, and they'll play you off stage.
Yes, with that annoying...
I love it.
With that annoying music.
Yeah, elevator music.
Yeah, and it is funny.
It's hilarious.
When people get played off. The record for the shortest acceptance speech is shared by renowned director Alfred Hitchcock and William Holden. They both simply said, "Thank you."
Well, I mean...
And that was it.
Simple and to the point.
Absolutely. The red carpet is 500 feet long and 6,500 square feet.
Wow.
Jennifer Lawrence wore the most expensive dress in Oscar history in 2013. It was a $4 million dress.
That's just, no.
Liza Minnelli became the only Oscar recipient whose parents were also Oscar winners.
Wow.
After nabbing the Best Actress for Cabaret in 1972. Her mom, Judy Garland, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, received an honorary Oscar in 1939. And her father, Vincent Minnelli, won Best Director for Gigi in 1958.
Oh.
Yes, let's see some more Oscar facts. Midnight Cowboy is the only X-rated film to win the Best Picture award. The only sequel to have won Best Picture is The Godfather Part 2.
There you go.
Yes. Sequels usually suck.
Yeah.
But as Mickey from Scream 2 said, The Godfather Part 2 is the only sequel that outdone its original. And apparently the Academy Awards agrees.
Oh, my gosh.
But that, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much wraps up the Oscars in a nutshell for this year. And there are some Oscar facts for your day.
Hey, there you go.
But ladies and gentlemen, it is the 200th radio broadcast of Off the Cuff. It is a celebratory moment. So why not listen to some celebratory music with I Just Want to Celebrate by Rare Earth. We'll be back after the song. All right, ladies and gentlemen, celebratory moments all around for Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, and that was Rare Earth, the 106th Kentucky Boys High School Sweet 16 is well underway. It is being held at Rupp Arena. Woodford County, Elizabethtown, Warren Central, and Ashland Blazer punch tickets to Friday's quarterfinals in Lexington. Today, there are some games that are still happening. Let's see. Lyon County defeated Newport 61-46. Male defeated Breathitt County in the 14th region. Also still coming up today is Frederick Douglass versus Martin County. George Rogers Clark, the defending champions of last year, will take on North Laurel. There was some records broke at the high school Sweet 16 this year. Travis Perry broke King Kelly's scoring record by 3 points. Travis Perry now has 4,340 basketball points in his career, and King Kelly has a total of 4,337. Travis Perry started in the 7th grade with a three-pointer, and keep in mind, King Kelly Coleman started halfway through his freshman year with no three-pointer. So there needs to be a little asterisk there.
Yeah.
Because if there is no three-pointer, it was obviously hard back in the day to get points.
Exactly.
But with the three-point included, this kid has now passed King Kelly Coleman. Now, I think he's got another year ahead of him, so he can definitely surpass him more and more and more and solidify his spot as the new king of the court.
Hey, absolutely.
So is King Kelly Coleman still the king of the court, or has he been dethroned?
No, he will never be dethroned.
You don't think?
I don't think so. I think it's more of a, kind of a, I don't know, a community thing. I feel like everybody in Eastern Kentucky, he was everybody's person.
Well, I'm going to watch the games tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good batch of games that I'm watching, and I'm disappointed. Our alma mater, Knott County Central, didn't make it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of used to that.
Well, you weren't going to go watch them anyways.
No, they never did win in high school, so I was always a little bitter towards our basketball team because they never gave us anything to watch.
Well, because we came from Beaver Creek and we won all the basketball games over there.
Yeah, we did.
And then we went to high school and never won another one.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick with us. We still have one more segment to go. We will be right back.
Celebrate all things water March 18th through 25th during the 4th annual Water Week. Water Week is full of activities for all ages, abilities, and interests. The 20 events include stream walks, litter cleanups, geocaching, and more. Water Week is sponsored by the City of Lexington, the University of Kentucky, Kentucky American Water, and local watershed groups. Learn more at lexingtonky.gov/waterweek.
Let's go places safely, Lexington. Are you in the right lane? Should you be? On roads with two lanes going the same direction, the right-hand lane should be used for driving, and the left should be used for passing. Vehicles who use the left lane for driving interfere with the natural flow of traffic and create backups. On roads with multiple lanes going the same direction, the same rules apply. The far left lane should only be used for passing, and slowest moving traffic, including large loads, should use the far right lane. Hi, I'm Bev from Toyota, reminding you to be mindful of your lane when driving and passing.
Everybody to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Amber is also in studio with me. Last segment of the hour. March Madness is officially underway. The most exciting time of the year is officially upon us. The brackets have been released, the brackets have been filled out, and the brackets have been turned in. Off the Cuff with Adam Banks has its own bracket challenge. Thank you for the 60 participants that participated in this year's bracket challenge, our largest ever. I haven't looked at the brackets since, or the tally of the scores since 3 o'clock. Have you got a chance to look at who's in the lead, Amber?
I know it's not me. I can tell you that for certain.
Already an upset. Already you had Furman upsetting Virginia. I had that.
Who's Furman?
A school better than Virginia.
Obviously.
Here at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, we do like to do complete March Madness coverage. That's why every year, Off the Cuff with Adam Banks has its own special called the March Madness Series. It began this past Sunday with the Selection Sunday show. It will continue for the next 3 Wednesdays, starting next Wednesday, March the 22nd. It will air at 9 p.m. right here on WLXU 93.9 and will also be available on the Off the Cuff with Adam Banks podcasting stream. There will be 3 more episodes of the series. The next show will cover the first and second round. The show after that will cover the Elite 8 and Sweet 16, and then the final show covers the Final 4 games. Amber, looking at my bracket, I want to share with the audience what my Final 4 is.
Yeah.
This is in no way what could happen. I mean, it could, but this is in no way an expert picking.
Yeah.
But I've got in my Final 4 Alabama, Duke, Houston, UCLA. The championship game, I have Alabama versus Houston, with Houston cutting down the nets.
Well.
And your Final 4 is?
So we almost had some correct together. I have Alabama, Purdue, Houston, and Kansas, with Houston and Alabama cutting down the net.
Okay, so we do have different brackets. Very close, but yet very different.
Very different.
And the great thing about March is anything can happen.
Absolutely.
My mom won the bracket challenge last year.
She did.
And she does not watch basketball.
Probably at all.
People are always weary about joining a bracket challenge because they don't watch basketball. My mom doesn't either, and she won it all last year.
She mopped the floor with us.
She really did. But it's already exciting. So much has already been underway for that. If you participated in the Off the Cuff with Adam Banks bracket challenge, you can keep track with your bracket by going to Off the Cuff's Facebook page at facebook.com/Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. You can just click right there on the link. I've got it pinned at the top of the page, and you can keep track of your ranking. Just looking at the bracket challenge right now, I'm currently in second place.
Well.
But there is so many more games.
Now, where am I
to be played? 19th.
Hey, I thought I was 33rd. There we go. I'm moving on up. I might win this after all.
Basketball games all day. It's a good time.
Yeah.
But we don't spend a lot of time talking about college basketball on the Thursday shows. That's why we have the host special for you right here on Off the Cuff, on podcast or the radio. But, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to, before we end the show, I just want to thank you for tuning in over the last 200 episodes. It has, over the last 200 radio broadcasts, I mean, it has really meant so much to me. I know it's meant a lot to Amber. If you would have asked me as a little boy, if you would have told me as a little boy, if you would have said, Adam, one day you're going to be on the radio, I would have looked at you and said, I know. I know I'm going to be on the radio. Because I hate it when people say, did you ever think you'd be here? And they're like, no, never. Yes, I did. I did know. I did not know how I would get there, and it definitely has not been a traditional journey in the broadcasting realm of things. I did not major in broadcasting. I don't have a degree in it. My experience was very much lacking when I tried to get into it. But I found my way in the only way that I knew how to do it, and I'm glad it has turned into what it has. I don't think I would want to be anywhere. I don't think I would have wanted it to have went any other way. No. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
Absolutely.
If I would have went into broadcasting years ago, you probably wouldn't be here with me. It all worked out at the right time. Timing is everything.
Exactly, because if you would have asked me when I was a kid what I'd be doing, I'd say hanging out with you.
Yeah.
And look, here we are.
Yes. I also want to thank Radio Lex, WLXU 93.9, for the platform. There was a lot of radio stations that said no to me. Flat out no. I got a lot of just people ignoring me. Still to this day, I have people ignoring me when I ask them to take Off the Cuff one as a show.
Yeah.
You'll see.
I know.
You'll see. You'll see. And I can't wait to say we're not interested in you.
Exactly.
But I do want to thank the radio station that did take a chance on this program, WLXU 93.9. And I want to thank everyone that works and makes this show so hard. Amber, I want to thank you for sitting with me over the last 200 broadcasts. There's nobody else that I would want to do the radio show with, so
thank you
so much. No matter what Grant says,
I wouldn't take a piece of gum from him, so I ain't gonna take his opinion.
But in all seriousness, thank you, folks. The fans, the listeners, is who I want to thank the most. Without you, I'm just talking to myself. You are sincerely the heart of the show, and I'm looking forward to doing another 100 radio broadcast and to celebrate it with you all. But ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps up the 200th radio broadcast of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. You can follow me on social media at Ambu447. You can...
I was going to say, wait, are you Ambu?
Did I say me and then I said your handle? You can follow the co-host on social media at Ambu447. You can follow me, the host, at The Adam Banks on social media. You can follow the show on social media at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. If you liked what you heard today, you'll probably like our previous episodes, so subscribe to us on podcast to get access to all of our episodes. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, or wherever you can stream podcasts. We release new episodes every Thursday from 4 to 5, which means we will be back same time, same channel. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ember Turner. I'm Adam Banks, and this is Off the Cuff. Happy 200th radio broadcast. We'll see you in the next episode.